Smilodon Fatalis, often known to the world as the legendary saber-toothed cat, was one of the most iconic predators ever to walk the earth, long before humans built cities, before written history, and before modern animals shaped today's ecosystems. This powerful hunter ruled vast landscapes across the Americas. With dagger-like canine teeth and a body built purely for domination, Smilodon was not just another big cat. It was a specialized killing machine. It was perfectly adapted to a brutal prehistoric world. Imagine. A time when massive herbivores roamed freely across open plains and dense forests. Giant bison, ancient horses, and enormous camels moved in herds. Unaware that somewhere nearby, hidden in tall grass or shadowed woodland, the predator waited in silence. Smilodon did not rely on speed. It relied on patience, power, and precision. When it struck, it did so with terrifying efficiency. Smilodon Fatalis lived during the Pleistocene epoch, a period that began roughly 2.5 million years ago and ended around 10,000 years ago. This was an era shaped by dramatic climate changes, advancing and retreating glaciers, and shifting ecosystems. While ice sheets covered large parts of the northern hemisphere, vast regions of North and South America supported rich animal life. Smilodon thrived in this world, spreading across what is now the United States, Mexico, and deep into South America. Taxonomically, Smilodon belonged to the family Felidae, the same family as modern cats. However, despite its superficial resemblance to lions or tigers, it was not closely related to them. Smilodon represented a distinct evolutionary branch, one that followed a very different path. While modern big cats evolved toward speed and endurance, Smilodon evolved toward raw strength and specialized killing anatomy. One of its most striking features was its upper canine teeth. These enormous teeth could reach lengths of 18 to 20 centimeters, making them the longest canines of any known mammalian predator. They were thin, flattened from side to side, and razor sharp. Unlike the thick conical canines of lions or tigers, Smilodon's teeth were designed not for crushing, but for slicing deeply into soft tissue. To use these teeth effectively, Smilodon possessed an extraordinary jaw structure. Its mouth could open to an angle of nearly 120 degrees, far wider than any modern big cat. This wide gape allowed the animal to drive its long canines deep into the neck or throat of its prey. However, this adaptation came with a cost. The bite force of Smilodon, relative to its size, was weaker than that of lions or tigers. Its jaws were not built for prolonged crushing bites. Instead, Smilodon compensated with its body. The animal had a low, stocky build, with extremely powerful shoulders and forelimbs. Its chest was broad, its neck thick, and its muscles dense and compact. The front legs were especially strong, equipped with large claws capable of gripping and restraining struggling prey. In contrast, its hind legs were shorter and less adapted for sustained running. The tail of Smilodon was relatively short, compared to modern big cats. This limited its ability to balance during high-speed chases, reinforcing the idea that Smilodon was not a pursuit predator. It did not chase prey across long distances. Instead, it relied on ambush tactics, using cover and surprise to close the distance before delivering a decisive attack. Smilodon's hunting strategy was both efficient and risky. It targeted large herbivores, animals that provided enough meat to justify the danger of the hunt. Ancient bison, prehistoric horses, and large camel species were among its preferred prey. These animals were powerful and capable of defending themselves, meaning a failed attack could result in serious injury or death for the predator. To minimize this risk, Smilodon attacked with careful precision. Using its strong forelimbs, it would leap onto its prey, knocking it off balance. Once the animal was pinned or restrained, Smilodon would deliver a single, well-aimed bite to the neck or throat. The goal was to sever major blood vessels or damage the windpipe, causing rapid blood loss or suffocation. The long canines acted like blades, slicing rather than crushing. Because these teeth were relatively fragile, accuracy was essential. A misplaced bite could result in broken canines, which would severely limit the animal's ability to hunt. Fossil evidence shows that broken or damaged canines were often fatal in the long term, as the animal would struggle to kill prey efficiently. This made each hunt a high-stakes event, where success depended on flawless execution. When comparing Smilodon to modern big cats, the differences become even clearer. Lions and tigers rely on speed, endurance, and teamwork or solo pursuit to exhaust their prey. They deliver powerful crushing bites that can break bones or crush the skull. Smilodon, by contrast, relied on overwhelming strength in the front of its body and a single lethal strike. Its speed was limited, but its ambush capability was unmatched. One of the most fascinating aspects of Smilodon research comes from the fossil record, particularly from a site in Los Angeles known as the Labrie Tar Pits. Over thousands of years, natural asphalt seeped up from the ground, forming sticky pools that trapped animals. Herbivores wandered in and became stuck, attracting predators like Smilodon. These predators, in turn, became trapped themselves. As a result, Labrie has preserved an extraordinary number of Smilodon fossils, with more than 2,000 individual skeletons recovered. This abundance has allowed scientists to study the species in exceptional detail. Bones from these fossils reveal signs of healed fractures, severe injuries, and degenerative conditions that would have made hunting difficult or impossible for a solitary predator. These findings suggest that Smilodon may have exhibited some form of social behavior. Injured individuals surviving long enough for their bones to heal implies that they may have been supported by others, possibly through cooperative hunting or food sharing. While this remains a subject of debate, it raises the possibility that Smilodon was not always a solitary hunter, but may have lived in small groups or family units. The social hypothesis challenges traditional views of saber-toothed cats as lone predators. If true, it would mean that Smilodon possessed a level of social complexity similar to modern lions. Such behavior would have provided advantages when hunting large prey and defending territory, but also increased competition for resources, despite its dominance. Smilodon did not survive into the modern era. Around 10,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age, this iconic predator disappeared. The causes of its extinction are still debated, but most researchers agree that multiple factors played a role of climate change. Dramatically altered habitats across the Americas. As glaciers retreated, ecosystems shifted, and many large herbivores that Smilodon depended on began to decline or disappear entirely. With fewer large prey animals available, specialized predators like Smilodon faced increasing difficulty finding food. At the same time, early humans were expanding across the continent. These humans hunted many of the same large animals and may have directly competed with Smilodon for resources. In some cases, humans may have hunted Smilodon itself or disrupted its environment enough to push the species beyond its limits. Unlike more adaptable predators, Smilodon was highly specialized. Its body, teeth, and hunting strategy were perfectly suited for a specific ecological niche. When that niche collapsed, Smilodon lacked the flexibility to adapt quickly enough. Over time, its numbers declined until the species vanished completely. Yet, even in extinction, Smilodon continues to capture the human imagination. It has become a symbol of raw, prehistoric power, appearing in films, documentaries, video games, and scientific reconstructions. Its skull, with its dramatic saber-like teeth, is instantly recognizable and often used as an icon of the Ice Age. Paleontologists have invested enormous effort into reconstructing Smilodon's appearance, behavior, and lifestyle. Advanced imaging techniques, biomechanical modeling, fossil analysis continue to refine our understanding of how this animal lived and died. Each new discovery adds depth to the story of a predator that once stood at the top of its world. Smilodon Fatalis reminds us that even the most powerful creatures are not immune to change. Its rise and fall reflect the delicate balance of ecosystems and the relentless force of evolution. In its time, Smilodon was unstoppable. Today, it exists only in stone, memory, and imagination. A silent witness to a world long gone. And yet, when we look at its remains, When we picture those massive canines and powerful limbs, it is impossible not to feel a sense of awe. Smilodon was more than a predator. It was a masterpiece of evolution, forged by millions of years of natural selection. And its legacy continues to inspire fascination and wonder to this day.